What's up, everybody, and welcome to Post Hype. Now, we actually have breaking news in today's video involving the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard merger that's been such a hot topic in the gaming community for months and months now. And no matter how much Microsoft is trying to prove to the public that they're doing what's best for gamers, it looks like the FTC has different ideas in mind. If you guys like these videos, make sure to smash that like button. But let's not waste another second and jump right into this article here by IGN. Now, this is going on to discuss the current relationship between Nintendo and Microsoft and how no matter what they promise, it might not be enough. So the article is titled, Microsoft has made a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo consoles. Xbox boss Phil Spencer shared the news on Twitter alongside confirming Microsoft will continue to offer Call of Duty titles on Steam after the deal has closed. Now, on Twitter, Phil Spencer went on to say, Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people, however they choose to play. I'm also pleased to confirm that Microsoft has committed to continue to offer Call of Duty on Steam simultaneously to Xbox after we have closed the merger with Activision Blizzard King. Now, I think the funniest thing and the biggest takeaway from these tweets is the fact that we do not see a mention of Sony in any of these commitments here. They've committed to Steam, to Nintendo, pretty much to any console alive except for the PlayStation. And that's because Sony has actually been the biggest opponent to this merger. It goes on to say in the article, the last time a mainline Call of Duty title was on a Nintendo console was 2013's Call of Duty Ghosts, which made its way to the Wii U. Now, that's a long time ago. We're talking about the Wii U here. Since then, Nintendo owners have been left behind when it comes to one of the best-selling game franchises of all time. In October 2022, Spencer said he'd love to see Call of Duty on Switch, and that the Xbox's intention is to treat Call of Duty like Minecraft. It looks as though now that plan is in motion. However, is it in motion? We're gonna go on to see. This news comes at a time when many eyes are on the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard deal, and when many are focused on what this merger means for the future of Call of Duty on PlayStation. Now, that has been PlayStation's biggest point, is that they're so fearful that Microsoft will have such a grip on Call of Duty, one of the best-selling game franchises of all time, that it will plummet their console itself. But if they make this 10-year deal, who's to say after the 10 years is up that Xbox doesn't take Call of Duty all for itself? And I think that's what the FTC is so worried about, because just 2 days ago, we got word that the FTC is now suing Microsoft over pending Activision Blizzard merger. This article, coming from GameSpot.com, goes on to say the Federal Commission has officially sued Microsoft in an attempt to stop the company's $69 billion acquisition of the video game publisher Activision Blizzard. The suit, which was filed Thursday, December 8th, claims that the deal would make Microsoft too strong a competitor in the video game industry and would ultimately suppress competition. The lawsuit comes as a little surprise, as Politico indicated the FTC was likely to file the antitrust claims against Microsoft late last month. As reported by the Washington Post, the lawsuit represents the FTC's most significant effort to rein in consolidation in the tech industry. This news follows prominent academic and tech critic Lina Khan's appointment to the FTC chair. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lina Khan actually made her college thesis on breaking up monopolies like Amazon and other tech companies like this, who have slowly and surely been taking over the world and kind of politics and business as a whole. So her whole MO for like a TLDR is not letting mergers like this happen, and it was pretty much widely known that this was going to be shut down eventually. The article goes on to say, Microsoft has reportedly not seen such a serious regulatory threat to its business in over 20 years. According to the Washington Post, the lawsuit could put a stop to Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard. Announced earlier this year, this purchase would give the company ownership of franchises such as Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, and Candy Crush. Now, obviously, when you see these names right here, these are huge titles, not only on console, but mobile as well. Diablo, Overwatch, and Call of Duty all are 3 big major AAA titles. And we also have Candy Crush, which, I mean, your mom, your grandma, your aunt, they probably heard of Candy Crush, so that's a big one in there as well. But I think my main takeaway from all of this is that Tencent is never mentioned in any of these articles. If you look at the statistics and the numbers, Tencent is blowing every other gaming company out of the water, and they also own League of Legends, which is one of the biggest games in the entire world. I think it's super funny to me how this kind of binocular view, this kind of tunnel vision view of everything is so honed in on Microsoft and Call of Duty when there's other big players that could be even worse as far as taking over things and monopolizing. Sony is actually higher above Microsoft as far as grossly yearly sales, and Tencent blows both of them out of the water. Nintendo, also a big competitor, is below even Microsoft, and those are like your top four. But when I throw these up on screen, I mean, look at this. Tencent is blowing them out of the water, like I said, and it's not even fair. So why is the focus on Microsoft? Now, obviously, nobody wants monopolies and monopolization within any industry, especially the tech industry, but is this really the merger that we should be worried about? I mean, even though Microsoft is promising to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, on the Switch, and they're making these 10-year deals, who is to say that they're going to keep those deals after the 10 years is up? And could that maybe breed bad competition? I don't know, but in the moment, I just think this is the wrong thing to be focused on. I think that we have to be focusing on other companies that are kind of making Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo look silly, like Tencent. But you guys let us know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts and opinions on this happening right now? Do you think the FTC has the right to stop this merger? And do you think the merger itself would be bad for the tech company as a whole? I don't really know what to think 100%, and I think there are bigger battles to fight. That's my main takeaway from this, but we want to hear what you guys think. That's where we're going to wrap this one up here. As always, I'm MJ, your host with Post Hype. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you liked the video, make sure to smash that like button, and if you didn't, make sure to let us know where we can improve. We're always open to your feedback and suggestions. Other than that, though, we'll see you around next time. Peace out, guys.